Happy birthday to me, and it's my anniversary. Happy birthday to me, and it's my anniversary. The podcast turned 5, and I am forever young, baby. What's up? It is your girl, Candi Hustle, and you are now tuned in to Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Let's go. Wow, y'all. DCWA podcast family, we reached 5 years. My podcast is 5. Staying alive, staying alive. Yes, I am that old, and if you know that song too, you are old as well. Listen, I'm so happy and I'm blessed. On November the 12th, which was just yesterday, the podcast hit 5 years, and cheers to me and many, many more. Thank you all for the birthday love and support. I felt it and I appreciate it. And we are in the month of November, the most amazing month ever. The year has been crazy, completely off the chain. Oh my goodness, right? Now, November, it's an amazing month, right? Because it's my birthday month. But this year, it was a little disappointing for many. So we'll get into that in a minute. But today we are about to catch up on trending topics, right? So I had to connect with a Libra for this, right? Because we have to balance all of this BS out. And it's hilarious because this co-host for today, my guest co-host, we kicked it in the past due to the fact that I used to contact her for like castings, right? So I would see her on social media because, we were connected and we would just, like each other's comments and stuff like that. And then we would see each other, either being funny in comments or just, either, saying something good and we'll just like each other comment or whatever. But as of recently, we had to come together and, pretty much do some damage control with these IG babies, reading them for filth with no errors. Like we were just checking them like with punctuation marks, with no grammatical errors. Like we were just putting them to bed one by one, like who's next? And it was so good. I was just like, yo, I gotta have her on the podcast so we can kiki. So y'all probably wonder like, who is she? Who are you talking about? So I'm gonna give y'all her stats. She is dubbed the body and the Naomi Campbell of plus size. And she is a model. She's an actress and the pioneer of the fashion industry for full-figured women and Black women. And she's known for pushing curvy models into mainstream fashion. She is also one of the first plus models to win the model portion of the reality series Project Runway. I remember Project Runway. She was on season 16. She also has graced magazines from American Vogue, Essence, Cosmopolitan, British Cosmo to Vibe, as well as she's done store campaigns for Lane Bryant and Ashley Stewart. She's also appeared in films and shows like The Best Man, Bad Boy, The Wire, Law and Order, SVU, to name a few. And lately, she also has shifted her acting career where she has a reoccurring role on Law and Order, Organized Crime for season 2 as Officer Tanisha Carling, the lone woman in the bad cop crew. And she was also the baddie in the club in Jay-Z's Do It Again video. So this is a very seasoned, respected, legendary, in my eyes, model actress in our community. Liris Cross. Hey, Liris.
Hey, thank you so much for such a read of my accomplishments and just for so much love and how you presented me. So thank you so much. And congratulations to you on the podcast.
Thank you, Liris. I appreciate it. No, honey, you have the materials. I'm just reading the materials. These are you guys' resumes. So I'm just reading the resumes. This is heavy. And it's always so surprising to hear, right? When you really break it down and you're like, yo, yeah, that is me. Yeah, that's me. So,
I
yo,
know.
y'all did that. So you got to big yourself up on that. So, Liris, let's get into it because, baby, you know we have been kikiing in the DMs and in the comments
Heavy.
because we have been pretty much I do not support any violence on the podcast. I mean, be clear, platforms, but we have been body slamming the IG babies in the comments because who they finna try?
Who gonna check me, boo?
Right, who gonna check us? Because you're not gonna try any educated black women in the comments. You're not about to get no ebonics. And if I wanted to sprinkle some ebonics, I can. But no, please come correct when we check you in the comments. So let's go ahead and get into these topics because, wow, it's been crazy. So I want to kick it off with Lizzo. I first want to just shout out to Lizzo for losing the weight. So let's give her claps. Go, Lizzo. Lizzo's been looking good. What do you think, Liris?
I'm happy for Lizzo. I just think that people should be allowed to change their bodies or their health really for themselves, and whether it's her changing her workout or changing her eating to be able to achieve the goals she needs, I'm all for it. Because my thing is, we're put here on this earth for a purpose, and we would be remiss to not take care of our bodies, and that's mind, body, and soul as best as possible so we can be here to fulfill the purpose that God put us on earth for. So if she's found ways to help her feel better about herself mentally and physically, I'm all for it.
I agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with Lizzo wanting to lose weight. I feel like Lizzo just embraced her body at every size and every moment in her journey. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I saw someone on one of the blogs comment section say, oh, well, we knew she wasn't happy being fat. What? No one is ever happy at a low point, you know what I mean? But you have to embrace who wants to be sad, you know what I mean? Biggie Small said it best. He was like, I went from negative to positive, but it's all good. Like black people, we just celebrate at any moment at our life. Like we just gonna make it, seem like it is a time at any given moment. You know what I mean? Like shit could be messed up, but we just gonna be like, it's all good. That's how Lizzo just embraced it. Like I'm a big girl, but what can I do at this time? I can't cry about it. I'm just gonna have to boss up, and then I'm gonna lose the weight. And now she's coming down, and she's also at a position where she can hire a chef, where she can, get the gym and do what she needs to do. Or even if she wanted to get the Ozempic, if she's using Ozempic, that's what she's doing. Let her do it. So what?
Yeah, and I think people also have to remember. I mean, Lizzo has not said that she's doing Ozempic.
She hasn't.
Seems like she's doing right. It seems like she's doing everything naturally. But I also want to say, for anyone who decides to use Ozempic, it's still a tool, and you still have to work the tool. So you still aren't changing your the foods that you're eating. If you're still not implementing exercise and movement, then it's still not going to work. So it is a tool, and I'm proud that Lizzo has loved herself no matter what size she's at.
That's what
now
it's
she's
about.
A bit smaller. Exactly. Now she's a bit smaller. She still loves herself. She was a bigger girl. She still loved herself.
Exactly.
And I think that is what's most important. I think sometimes people haven't been used to seeing somebody so unabashedly loving themselves and flaunting their size, even though it wasn't the status quo. And I think that is what was so jarring to society and the public, really starting to receive Lizzo. Although I will say some of the stuff Lizzo was doing was a little too over the top for me, for my
OD.
taste.
OD.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot.
It was a
But
lot, Liz. I mean, we will open up our phone and her cakes will be literally right on our screen. And I was just like, whoa, I wasn't ready.
exactly.
So, not to spend too much on Lizzo. She looks great. I
Hmm.
don't feel like she wasn't proud. I don't think it's about being proud at, oh, that size or this size. It just was like at that size, she had to embrace it. At this size, she's happy. Let people do them. Don't try to rain on their parade. That's all I want to say. And then just also want to just be mindful about Ozempic. Ozempic is made for those with diabetes. It's not a weight loss drug. If you do have weight loss, concerns, speak with your um, PCP and find out what you need to do to, achieve your weight loss goals. That's all I want
Hmm.
to say. Now, also speaking about weight loss and weight gain, Tyra Banks and her new body. Now,
Hmm.
Tyra Banks got dragged a little bit because Tyra was very vocal about girls, being plus size or picking up pounds or whatever the case may be back in the day when she had her show, America's Next Top Model. But now Tyra has gotten older and she stepped out on the scene and she was serving thighs, hips, booty, body, and she had to embrace it as she walked in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. What do you think about that, Liris?
I'm so glad that you are bringing this up, and some people are probably going to be surprised, but I love Tyra Banks. Tyra Banks has been one of my people that I've looked up to for years because I always said she's the thinking supermodel. She knew how to take what she had built as far as her career and turn it into millions and millions of dollars, where she created her bankable productions, doing her TV shows. And I think now she's been creating like an amusement park of sorts. But this is the thing. Tyra actually was one of the people who tried to include plus models on America's Next Top Model.
See, that's what I
She was
thought. That's what I thought.
exactly,
So what
and
happened?
she was one of those people who also was a fuller size model, which is why I looked up to her, because she had more curves than the average straight size model. So me coming up early in the game, my body was more like hers. So I was like, oh, if she could do it, I could do it. So she was one of those people that I looked up to. I think people have to realize that that show was done, as far as America's Next Top Model, it was done at a time that the standards were different. And she was just giving the models a taste of what it was like to deal within the current standards of the industry. That's what it was back then. When I started in the game, I remember I had an agent tell me, if you could just binge and purge yourself to a size 6, I
Mm,
could really get you working.
wow.
So even though she had plus models on the show, she had to show like, yeah, you could go to this, but they still may not have something that fits you, or you're going to have to squeeze into this. But she actually helped to platform and make space for plus size models. Now, what I did not like regarding the Victoria's Secret show was, why was all this lusciousness on her covered up in this black bodysuit? I still wanted to see the actual thighs and the tatas. Like, let's like, okay, you're a fuller girl, flaunt it. And it felt like she was more hiding it. And I think that's what created some backlash. Like, oh, but you gave these plus models a hard time. And it's like, no, she was actually giving them what the industry standard was at that time.
Got it.
And yes, she was giving what the industry standard was at that time. But I felt like it would have been such a more powerful example if she would have just stepped out there and said, yeah, get into all this thigh meat, get into these curves, instead of feeling like she was swallowing herself up and covering up in this black bodysuit. That's what I didn't like.
So do you feel like she wasn't being authentic and embracing her new body?
You know what? I was like, maybe she's not comfortable in it.
Got you.
Maybe she, because whose idea was it? She had to approve the outfit,
Oh yeah,
you
they
know?
have to. They have
So,
to approve the outfit.
yeah. And somebody like her who was the closer and who's been an icon with Victoria, she probably said, hey, I'm not feeling the greatest about this. Or maybe just said to them, is there something that we could wear with just a little bit more slimming on me or this or that? But I think it would have been such a historic and bolder moment if she would have just let the thighs out, like just let them be free and really walk out there confidently, like I I embrace me now, and I still look good. Because y'all can say whatever you want to say. Tyra still looks good, even with the weight on her. She still looks beautiful, body banging.
Tyra looks good actually to me. So now
Hmm.
let's talk about someone else who is known for their thickness in their body, but they've actually slimmed down a bit. Well, a lot of it. Megan the Stallion, she actually had the documentary that came out. Did
Hmm.
you watch it? Did you get into it?
I did. I
Okay.
did. I
What was
watched
your
it
thoughts on it?
and I liked it. I think it was nice to see more of the human side and a bit more of her frame of mind at that time, and also what she goes through behind closed doors. I think society now forgets that these musical artists, these actors, these celebrities, they're still human beings at the end of the day. And none of us were built to receive millions of comments every day with somebody, talking down to you, calling you crazy names, um, telling you kill yourself or they should have finished you off. Like they had that, they put it in that the clip in the documentary where the person said, "Yeah, well, he should have finished the job."
Yeah, I saw
Like
that FedEx work. I'm
if
like, you know, we can see you, right?
yes,
That's crazy.
exactly. And
Um,
I'm like, nobody's built to really deal with that, but it just kind of showed her frame of mind, what she goes through behind closed doors. And I was someone who really followed the case day in and day out. So to me, Tory shot that girl, period. He paid off Kelsey to create confusion for the trial. But yeah, I'm sorry. We talking about Lizzo slimming down. I mean, not
no.
Lizzo. Megan still slimming down some, and I will say that she's she's definitely slimmed down some, but she's still the stallion, baby. And I would say for everyone, please watch the documentary and watch it with an open mind and an open heart.
Oh no, we're actually talking about the doc. I wanted you to give your POV on everything. So no, you were heading in the right direction. So you're good.
Okay,
Nah,
good.
you wasn't going off on a tangent. I feel, and you and I we discussed this a bit in the DM. So I feel that with the doc, this was just my POV.
Hmm.
I feel like when you're healing, and I feel bad for Megan because I still feel like she doesn't have the right people around her. When she lost her mother, she just really lost.
Hmm.
She doesn't have anyone. I feel really really bad for her still at this moment because
Agreed.
when she healing, no one is there taking that phone out of her hand. Do you see how every time she got back in her car, she's
Hmm.
literally attached to that device. She's literally reading comments. There's no way that you can
Hmm.
heal. Even with her, before the shooting, she was in that phone and she was working. And that happens a lot with black women or just people, period. You're
Hmm.
just in social media. There's there's no way you can heal when you're not disconnected. You have to
Hmm.
disconnect in order to heal, period. So she just kept working, she kept drinking, then she's around these people. It's like there's nobody that has her back. And even with
Mhm.
Lorianne, I'm looking like, Lorianne. She's like, come on, honey, you gotta keep working. The girl's literally telling you, I don't feel well. She said,
Mhm.
all the greats, they want it. I'm like, Lorianne, yo, this girl's telling you that she's sick. You're telling her you gotta do it. No,
Mhm.
y'all got, no one's listening to this girl. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm like, who's there to protect her? I don't see her with an assistant that has her back, that's a pit bull. It's just like
Mhm.
she's just there. I didn't
Mhm.
see anybody. I don't see
Yeah.
a aunt. She doesn't have a close friend. She called that one girl who has her baby that's like a
Her
cousin.
cousin.
But
Mhm.
even still, she probably don't know if she can, she has nobody she can trust. And I feel sorry for her. And I don't like to pity people because they, that's not always good. It's just like, dag. But it is a
Mhm.
good documentary. Her mother didn't play about her. I could already tell. And now she's just in this world just trying to figure it out. So I'm glad that Rock
Yeah.
Nation goes hard for her because that's what record labels are supposed to do. And we're just not used to seeing record labels do this for their female artists because they've
Well,
never done this.
management.
Or management.
Management.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her management.
They've never done this for their artists before, management. They
Mhm.
normally shelve, you know what I'm saying, the women. Like, oh, okay, we'll get back to you. And it's good that
Mhm.
they're starting to do this because that's what they're supposed to do. So I'm happy that she has that backing from them. But other than that, I just pray that Megan gets the people, or even if it, if it's, she can get married into a family or somebody that can just, be there for her so that she can get the love that
Yeah.
she deserves because she's going to continue to get with people who just don't have the best interest for her. Now,
Yeah, and just
go ahead.
that ridicule too with all the men in hip hop. She was just like, everybody hates me. And can you imagine being a victim who was shot, but everyone is making you out to be the bad guy? Like, I can't
I,
imagine living day in and day out like that.
but I just can't believe how she just wanted to protect him. Me, as soon as somebody assaults me, I want to harm you. Like I don't go into protector mode. When you harm me, I go into enemy mode. You hit me, I'm ready to hit you. So I can't even think about how she thought he pulled a burner out on me, and then you told me to dance. The cops came. Him.
But you know
I
what?
I can't. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say because she knew we were all drunk. So you know what? Maybe he did this because we was all drunk, and that
I
maybe that
yeah. I
gave
don't
her
know.
a maybe that gave her a piece of like compassion. Also, where we it was literally on the heels of the whole George Floyd situation.
Yeah,
So
he's George Floyd.
everybody,
Him. Yes, he's George Floyd. Do him how Liris, I'm sorry. He's George Floyd. Him. Do him like y'all did George Floyd. You just me? Him. You know what I mean? Like
see, that's that
I'm
Scorpio.
so we
Yes.
get we get evil. He just hit me. Take that y'all gun and do him like he just I'm out of there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not protecting nobody. You just tried to what? Boy, you talking about some dance? I ain't protecting nobody. I want your daddy to go. Boy, are you serious? We out here. This is war right now. But
Mm-hmm.
Glorilla, let's talk about Glorilla. Her album came out. She has a nice comeback. She needed that. She needed she needed that Sexy Red to almost take her spot because baby Sexy Red was about to take that hood princess spot and she said, "Oh no, I'm hooded than you." Have you listened to the album
I
Glorious?
have not listened to the album yet.
Okay.
Um, but I do like Glorilla as like as far as like her personality, and
Okay.
I think she's adorable, and I think she's funny, and I love her accent. Um, and she got some bops,
Yeah, she do
so
got some bops. Yeah.
yeah, so I think she'll continue to do well.
Yeah.
Now her label, I don't know. I think they might be catching our next Rico soon, but you ain't hear that from me.
Yeah, Glow better get it while she can. That's all I'm saying, and invest that money. If she invests
Agreed.
that money, then she should be good. But if she out here popping bottles and just twerking, yeah, she gonna have to go back to where was she at? Church's Chicken. Yeah, so she better figure it
Oh
out.
my
Cause I
gosh.
feel like once you get in the game and if you get access to certain money, you better start investing it so that way your money can
Hmm.
grow. Y'all better not be out here just getting wigs, makeup, drinking, and doing your money crazy because these rappers are. This is the gold rush. They've never gotten this much money ever. That's why the older rappers are hating on the young rappers. Like we was going back to the project after our shows. These
Hmm.
young rappers now are able to go to mansions, penthouses, you know what I mean? They're getting so
Yep.
much money. So it's way different. So let's talk about, oh my goodness, the Grammys. The Grammy nominations came out. The leader of the pack was Beyonce.
Woo,
Do you,
woo, 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 woo.
shout out to B. B always gets these noms, but when it's time for her to get these major category wins, she sometimes get the letdown. Do you think she's
Hmm.
going to get her big win, like album of the year and all of this stuff?
I think she put together a very cohesive, amazing album. Um, I'm not sure if it's going to get album of the year. Truthfully, she should have got album of the year a couple of times, especially for her last album, Renaissance. But I'm thinking, could the Grammys one time finally flip it and give her album of the year for this, just to kind of like shake up the country game? Could that be it that happens? But I don't know. In my heart, I feel like it's not going to win for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just see. Grammys pissed off my girl Nikki. They snubbed her, and my girl submitted a few of her tracks off of her number one album, which was Pink Friday 2. Again, the Grammys aren't necessarily the ones that are snubbing these artists. The Grammys, they have a voting, they have voting members. So it's the
Yes.
members who are not selecting
Mhm.
when the snubbing happens. So who's
Mhm.
ever sitting on the boards, they don't like my girl. And unfortunately, you have to be likable in these industries to get selected. And we all know that Nikki doesn't care about being likable. But when you submit, you have to care a little bit.
Mhm.
So that's just the way it is. We all know that she makes, well, for me, she makes great music. She's a great rapper. However, her attitude isn't the greatest. And so,
You
attitude.
said it. You said it, so I didn't have to say
And get your mic cut off. Y'all not about to come on this show. Y'all not coming on this
Look,
show.
I got love for her, but she's definitely a strong one. I'll say that.
Thank you. But
Mhm.
you know, Sag, she's a Sag. Is you know how it
Mhm.
is. It gets like a hit or miss with Sag people. So
Mhm.
you could be like, well, I
Mhm.
like you, I don't. Like I don't like. I can't date Sag men, but I love Jay
Mhm.
Z. But to date an actual Sagittarius man, hell to the no, no, no. That's an
Yeah,
absolutely no. Ooh,
they say Sag people are like foot and mouth disease.
ooh.
So it's like
Mm, mm,
they
mm.
constantly kind of like overtalk, or they say the thing that should have been like more silent, more quiet. So
Yeah,
yeah.
out of
Mhm.
control.
Mhm.
Um, Now Beyonce also has she's getting a course. Wow, being offered at Yale University. It's called the cultural impact course. It's going to be offered in the spring of 2025. So
Mhm.
if you're going to Yale and you decide to take that course, so shout out to Beyonce. She is one of the greats. She's definitely going to go down as one of the greats. So shout out to shout out to the Beehive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now we're going to get into this little section here. As I mentioned before, you are a Libra. Now this whole little section is going to be dedicated to Libra women.
Oh my gosh.
I am a Libra moon, so I feel like some of my characteristics balance out because of you all, well, because of that sign, because, I'm a Scorpio sun all day, but I get a little bit of my softer side from the Libra in me because my rising is a Taurus. Ugh. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine this: Scorpio sun, Libra moon, that, calms me down a little bit. And then I'm back feisty and stubborn with a Taurus rising, out of control. So
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
the next up, we're going to talk about Libra women in love. Explain a little bit about a Libra woman in love.
Oh my gosh. Well, Libras, we are the lovers. We're ruled by Venus, which is the goddess of love and partnerships. And we really thrive in partnerships, which is why we love love. And for me, I'm a person who loves love. I love loving on my person. I love doing thoughtful things for us. I love doing stuff with us together. So we are big time givers in our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. It's like the scales, it could go really unbalanced. So once we feel like we've tipped over and done way too much giving, or if someone is taking advantage of that kindness, we could go completely to the other side, and people will be almost appalled that we could be the the bitchy person who will cut you off immediately, because we are so nice, we are so loving, we are so thoughtful. We just want to literally love on our person and what's for dinner, you know what I mean? We just want
Ah.
to, yes, we are like ultimate romantics.
So, but when
But
y'all fed up and it's over.
oh, it's real fed up. When we're fed up, it's ugly. It's
Okay.
ugly.
So I think
Hmm.
that's where we are with this woman, Cardi B and Offset, back and forth on social media. So Cardi B has given Offset three babies. Offset is a Sagittarius.
Lord,
Offset
foot and mouth disease.
Offset, that foot and mouth disease, has said that he won because he made her his baby mom three times. Ooh. Mm, mm, mm. That man said that on social media. He said, I won. You a baby mama three times. Oh. Mm. Ooh.
Well, he also married her, so
But no,
you know.
when he said that though, like, you just trying to
I
make
know
me
what you
say,
mean. I know
you know
what
what I
you mean. I
mean?
know what you mean.
That was that Sag trying to, make her, I mean,
Hmm.
that, like, oh, that little, that, you trying to,
Like I,
oh,
like I got this over you.
yeah,
I'm the man here. I'm the man here. I did
girl,
this.
that
You in this
is,
situation. You
yeah,
stuck to me.
I
Hmm.
won. You a baby mama.
Hmm.
Girl. So they've been going
Yeah.
at it, that situation. Then Chad Johnson, ex Sherelle Rosado, announced
Hmm.
on Twitter that she and Chad have broken up. And then she went into some comments on a blog and was like, oh, because somebody was like, oh, I'm going to jump into his DMs. Thank you, girl, for letting us know. And she was like, well, make sure you wrap it up, girl. You don't want to catch nothing. And
Ooh.
I'm like, oh, and I was like, oh, so, are you insinuating that he, brought you something back? Did he cheat? Child, these women are all Libras. Y'all
Hmm.
Libras. I thought y'all was the nice girls, but these girls are
We,
y'all breaking it down. Y'all getting nasty.
yeah, we have a whole other. As I always say, as sweet as we could be just as mean on the other side.
Now,
Like,
yeah, y'all showing it.
yeah.
Y'all getting there. Now, the
Yeah,
the
but
one,
it's like I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
oh,
You
that's what
know?
Cardi keeps saying. Be careful with me. Remember her
Yep. Because when
song?
the Libras start Libraing, y'all not gonna like it.
Oh,
Just like Cardi said, when the Libras start Libraing, y'all not gonna like that. So they're
wow.
getting that taste of the other side now. And once we go to social media and once we start to like
Spill that tea.
spill that tea, we're pretty much done.
Now, the one Libra that's in her happy girl space is Ashanti. That's the only Libra that I see that's chilling and smiling.
Yay!
And I'm so happy for her. I love it.
Me too. Me
Ashanti and
too.
Nelly. I'm happy that Nelly crossed that stage as a Scorpio. Walked over. Now you, we ain't gonna say no. Let me don't put your business out there because look, Liris is very private. She moves like a Scorpio with love. We are very
Yes.
private typically. But Liris does not care for the Scorpio men. She's one Libra woman that will voice her opinion about our brothers.
Look, that
Okay,
is
go.
because
What
I
happened?
have that.
What
That is
happened?
because I have been madly in love with Scorpio men,
Okay.
and then they have broken my heart.
Yeah.
And so once you've gone through a level of hurt that I've been through,
Exactly.
you're like, yeah,
Never
I'm
again.
good.
Right. That's
Yeah.
how I am with an
But when
Aquarius.
it was good, it was
It was great.
very,
Yeah.
honey, it was like, truthfully, one of my Scorpio love stories. I'm going to write a film script around it
Oh,
because
is it gonna be called Surviving a Scorpio?
no, it's going to be called Summer of 2021.
Damn.
And it's because that was the love story of that summer. Although we had more, it was over a couple years, but it was very intentional, and it was a beautiful space and time till it all crashed and burned at the end for that summer. So yeah,
Was
it
he in
was
November or October?
November.
I knew it. Our
Mm-hmm.
November
And
ones are
it's
more treacherous.
usually always the November ones. Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we'll have to talk about that over some tea or something, honey. I'm sorry, darling. But Ashanti is a. Ashanti, Nelly is in November the 2nd. But I'm glad that he walked over that stage and they had their baby KK, and she just been smiling ever since, so they're happy. Now,
Yes.
another Libra, Keisha Cole can't get it. Poor Keisha Cole can't get it right with
Lord.
love. We should be getting another album, but she been with the young boy, Huncho.
Mm-hmm.
She got his name
She been
tattooed
with a couple
allegedly.
young boys.
But no, I'm
She
talking
been
about. I'm saying right now, this is who she's with. She got his name allegedly tattooed on her. And then
I was like, no, Keisha, no,
Keisha,
no.
Keisha loves this, but she's Frankie's daughter, R.I.P. Frankie. So they like that craziness.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go into. Go ahead.
And Libras, and us Libras, sometimes we just a sucker for love at times too.
Yeah, y'all
And
man
it's
clowns.
like,
Man clowns, they say. That's what they call them, man
no,
clowns.
don't say that. Don't say that.
No, it's this girl named Star. She's a Jamaican singer, and she says Libras and Scorpios are man clowns.
Oh my god.
Man clowns. We be clowns for men.
Oh
for
my
men.
gosh.
I gotta send it to you. It's like, and they was like,
Yeah.
Libras ain't. She was like, yes, sis, you are. And I was like, I've had the red nose a few times. Like, I be falling in love faster than Amazon Prime delivers.
Yep.
It's crazy. Crash and burn too.
Yeah, but that's why I take my L's in private. That's why I don't be posted.
Mad in private. Yo, mad in private. I was like, if I updated my Facebook the way I date, it would seem like I'm a hoe. Like, in a relationship, out of it. Complicated, out of it. Like, girl, it's something. You the problem? No, I'm not.
Exactly.
It's him.
I have never ever changed my Facebook status ever. I said the only time I'll do that is when I get
married. Right.
Yeah, that's
Hell
it.
Yeah.
I don't do it for none of the dating. None of it.
Now, Erica, Mina, and Safari. Erica had that ladder. That's Scorpio.
Child.
That's Scorpio.
Child.
But I'm not gonna lie.
Now, Erica.
Safari is a little. I peep some manipulation and trying to act like, oh, I didn't. Nah, you pushing some buttons, brother. And then come to find out, you still up there giving her cucumber. So you already knew what you was doing. Y'all was sleeping together. You knew what you was doing, acting like you trying to figure out why she was
knew what
out.
she was doing too. Like, why you taking cucumber but steady calling him a deadbeat? Like,
they toxic together. Lord, that is so toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, now, DDG and little Haley Bailey had broken up earlier in October. He took it to Instagram. I don't even know why he had to come to Instagram, but again, he is a YouTuber. So everything is based around social media. He brought it to Instagram and announced it to his following. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
bring it to social media, but he did. And little baby Halo is just looking like a
Child, that
meme.
meme of Halo. I
The
know.
meme.
Oh my
Shut up. That
gosh.
baby, they was like, we not showing his face. Next thing you know, they start showing that face every hour on the hour.
Okay.
Halo is a meme. So then,
He ain't even a year old and is a meme.
yo, he's like stressed out meme too. Um, with those little
Oh
braids.
my God.
Halo. I'm like,
I
Halo's
know.
supposed to be like a peaceful, like a little angel. Like, Halo. He be looking like, hell no. Like, stressed the fuck.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, DDG, you need to like give him a break. So then recently, Haley went to Twitter because she had like a reaction because she saw Halo on Kai Scent page on his show with
Kai
his
Sanat.
dad. What's his name?
Kai Sanat.
Pardon me, Kai Sanat. J Mark. Jay, I may need you to mark that. Or we could keep it raw. I don't know. But yeah, Kai Sanat, saw him on the Kai Sanat page. But for me personally, I think if I ever have a child, if as long as I know that the kid is in good care, I'm never gonna be pressed. I think that when women are super, checking on the kid, there that's like a control. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You have a kid with a dad, that's the dad. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be approved when women use words like approve, check in. That's
Hmm.
he's his father. What are you
Well,
doing?
well, not only that,
I
the
don't know.
language that she used was my son,
My, right. Exactly.
and it's our son.
Our
It's
son.
our son.
Right.
Yeah.
She was like, to see my child. I'm like, he's a. Come on. So then she came back like, I overreacted. Yeah, you overreacted. Then I thought about it. I said, I think they're in cahoots with each other with like getting content because he's a content creator.
Yeah,
They
but I don't
have
think she is as out there like he is, and I think she wants to kind of reserve a little bit with Halo. I do in some way understand, like, hey, I got Halo with me. I'm heading to the Kai Cenat show today, so blah 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 blah. But in a way, he doesn't. It's like in a way I can understand how she could want to be notified, but on the other hand, I'm also like, he's with his father. You should trust that his father's not going to put him into any crazy situation. I
that's
just
all I'm
feel like
saying.
there's something. I just feel like there's something that's going on behind closed doors with them as far as the showing of Halo, how much Halo is being shown on social media where they have a disagreement. I think that's what the issue is.
All right. I don't know. Hopefully they'll be cool. But the reason why I said I think that it's all for content because he went on to somewhere. I don't know if it was his Twitch. It wasn't on his YouTube and it wasn't on his Instagram. He went somewhere and he spoke out. He was like, I
Hmm.
don't like how y'all treating her, responding. So it seems like she reacted. He went somewhere where somebody viewed something. Somewhere his views matter. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
then if she reacted, he responded, a check is being generated somewhere. You feel what I'm saying?
I see what you're
You get
saying.
what? Yeah. So that's why I'm looking like, because why would she react and she knows that her baby is always shown? She has like millions of people. Huh? You put him
Hmm.
on, your baby's a meme all over.
Oh
I
my
don't know. So
gosh.
it was just weird. So I'm looking like, okay, I don't know. She's just having a bad moment, but whatever. Now another relationship that's everybody side eyeing, and I don't know if her contract will be up soon, but Rick Ross and his new sugar baby, the
Oh
young
Lord.
girl Justice. It was weird with that one. What do you think?
How old is she? How old is she?
Everybody's in their 20s.
I mean, look, people are allowed to date whoever they want. as long
Right.
as it falls within the parameters legally. But I will say, girl, get where get what you can while you with him, because he's always going to be on to the next.
On
He's
to the next
always with
one.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I saw his baby mama Tia talking about him and the new girl. And she was like, girl, you probably won't even make it through Christmas.
Mm,
And I was
mm,
like,
mm.
she's telling the truth though.
Yeah.
Cause he switches girlfriends like he does underwear. So
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
the new one, she doesn't seem like she's into him. Like he came behind her and she was just looking like, do I gotta give you some sugar? It was weird. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, it was a weird vibe. I saw that
I
video.
don't
I
know.
was like,
It was scary.
girl, you just trying to enjoy the private jet. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it was weird. Now Cam Newton shares that he had cheated on his current girlfriend Jazzy, but then Jazzy spoke out and was just looking like, cheating isn't a deal breaker for her. And I've heard a lot of women say cheating isn't a deal breaker for them. So I just really feel like people should, mind their relationship. If Jazzy isn't offended, why are you so stressed out?
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
how I look at it. If she's
Or she doesn't, or maybe she doesn't look at it as cheating because maybe he said, "Hey, I'm about to go do this."
oh, he gave her a heads up.
No, he didn't. They didn't clarify it, but maybe they have a open communication policy, and maybe he was like, "Ooh, I met this chick. I'm kind of feeling it. Hey, I'm about to go kick it with this girl over here." He may have vocalized it to her, so she doesn't even take it as cheating. It's like he told me what he was going to do, and we're open enough to talk about it. So it is what it is. He's not cheating on me if we talked about it, if I knew about it.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I guess. I mean, everybody, like I said, is different in their relationships. I just think that social media just gets outraged or just gets easily distracted or spends too much time on other people's relationship. If she's not stressing it, as
Mm-hmm.
soon as she said what she said, I wouldn't even had shared my, you know what I mean, like been in the comments. Like I would have just looked at it and scrolled. Like, oh, okay. That
Yep.
post wouldn't have had no engagement.
Nothing.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
y'all be giving the wrong post engagement. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
is it over 40,000 comments on here? This girl said what she said. Oh, okay. She cool with it? All right, boom. Go to the next thing. Now, Jim Jones and Brooke Bailey, like, how did that even get started? That fake, they put that to bed, that rumor to bed
Yeah.
quick. Married? Like,
Yeah.
where did that come from? Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
Christy was looking like, huh? I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we gonna go by that
Chrissy was
quick.
like, yeah, Chrissy was like, we're sipping our water and minding our business. I don't know how y'all got this rumor started.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Love is Blind DC. Are you into the Love is Blind series?
I started watching with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago. I haven't watched I watched maybe episode 7 through 9 or something like that, and I've now been catching clips like on Instagram and stuff. So I do know some of the endings, and I can't say that I'm not surprised, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
But I'm trying to remember the couple with the guy. He broke up with her. She had like the dirty apartment.
Oh God, Alex and Tim. Yeah, she should have known better, girl. He is a Virgo. If you know anything about Virgo men, they are very clean. I don't
Very
even
anal.
know what
Hmm.
they don't play
So
about. No, I was
yeah,
saying
they,
like what? I'm agreeing like, girl, what? They don't
oh,
play.
mm-hmm,
You can't have a crumb on your counter.
mm-hmm,
You can't have no toothpaste coming out of your tube a little bit in your bathroom. You better not come over and have no like nothing in your house. They judging you. So I don't even know why she had that hoarder apartment and was like, yeah, this is mine. Soon as he saw that mess, I knew she wasn't gonna last. He don't care how cute you are.
mm-mm-mm-mm.
And then the way she was eating her food. Like she was eating
Gosh.
her corn on the cob, the little corn. He was looking at her like in disgust. Like they don't play that like messiness. Like I just felt bad for her because he just kept looking at her like, you are nasty. Like they just
But it was so sad to me that
Mm.
they didn't work out because literally the first episode I'm watching of it, I break down in tears because I came in on the episode where he was reading the letter to her father.
Oh God, yeah,
And
the MS.
being someone, yeah, and being someone, my father passed in 2019.
Mm.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Reverend St.
peace.
George Artis Byron Cross.
I know that's right.
I love you, Dad.
Condolences. Right.
Yeah, so thank you. And so knowing that my father would never be able to hear a letter like that or have the man who will marry me say these things to him in person, I started boo-hooing watching him say all these beautiful things about her to then flip. And I saw some of his body language at the reunion and I was like, ew, he's giving bitchy queen. Like it was just a little extra for me.
Well, I will say his at the reunion, his mannerism, like how he was sitting, was like I'm better than. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he just wasn't feeling. He just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a good match. Now, Tyler Perry Netflix series Beauty in Black. Have you watched that?
I haven't watched it yet, but shout out to my homeboy Shannon Wallace. I'm gonna watch it this week.
Okay.
Um,
What did he play? Who did he
I
play?
Shannon, I think he played the one who was dating the chick. I know they have some episode where I guess he sniffs his finger or tastes his finger or something like that.
How does he look? Cause I watched
He's
a full series.
tall.
He's tall. Oh,
Um,
Calvin, very handsome.
Calvin,
Call.
yes, yes, that's
Yes.
it, that's it.
Ooh, hey she.
Yes,
Oh, hey, he's sexy. Yeah, I love him. Yeah, he did good. He was off the chain.
yes.
He was dating. He's a driver in it, and he was dating the bosses that he. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you too much, but yeah, it's definitely good.
Uh-huh.
He killed his
Yeah.
role. Tyler,
Good,
I
good.
don't want to do any spoiler alerts with you on it, so I will say.
No, say what you need to say. Trust me, it's
You
okay.
sure? Okay,
Mhm.
guys and gals, please support it. It's amazing, really, really good. Tyler Perry was in his P Valley bag. Like he went there. He
Ooh,
went there. Yes. Yes, Liris. You
ooh.
will enjoy it. Like I binged it. I didn't even mean to binge it. And I binged it like after that Megan Good like flop.
Hmm.
I was like, I ain't never supporting nothing with Tyler Perry again because I'm tired
But
of
guess
Medea.
what?
I'm tired of all of that. This one here, this is it. He did it.
But guess what, Candy?
What?
Both of those reached number one. Netflix and Amazon Prime. They both went number one.
That
So people can say whatever they want
what?
about Tyler,
No,
but his stuff produces results in
it
the sales that these networks want and need.
no, it reached number one because we wanted to support it because we thought like, okay, we're about to support. We tuned in. This one
Hmm.
here, it's reaching number one and it's being talked about and it's having good results, good feedback.
Yes,
The
yes,
other one
yes.
got we helped to get number one and it didn't have good feedback. This one here, we were begging for season two. You see what I'm saying?
Yay,
That's all I'm saying. So
yay.
yeah. That other one was like, what the F was this? So if you haven't watched it, guys and gals, please tune in. Liris, definitely check it out. It's getting cold up there in New York, I know. So, well, it's been like warm. I've
Yeah,
been
I
seeing. So
actually
yeah.
I auditioned for that show too.
Oh yeah, you would have killed it. I'm surprised. Why they didn't have
Hmm.
you? A lot of my peeps been
It's gonna
having stuff.
happen.
Yeah, a lot of my peeps,
It's
because
gonna
I know a
happen.
lot of y'all been doing lines and doing readings, and I'm looking like, yeah, I could have been in that. Yeah, I got a few people that have been reading different stuff. And my one homegirl, she ended up being in this one. That's why I found out about this. My friend Shay Mack, she was a cab driver in this scene. And
Hmm.
that's how I was like, is this a scary movie? She was like, no, check it out. And that's how I was end up watching it. All right, so now we're about to get into the juicy stuff and we gotta like hurry it up. Young
Hmm.
Thug is free. after being locked down for 2 years, but he is in a tight little plea. For 15 years, he is on probation. Woo, he can't even pee the wrong way, but at least he is outside. And that's all that matters. He is no longer inside. He is outside, and hopefully he will be focused. However, he did send a tweet the other day, and he was saying something about, oh, me and Gunn ain't really friends like that. I don't know what's up with that relationship because he did ask the courts, can he work with Gunna? I don't know. But what? I don't know, child. It's creepy. Yeah.
Thug, I'm just going to say, I either hope you were hacked, because if not, you really did not learn your lesson, and you will be reporting to prison.
You will, because if you're moving like that, you're eventually gonna go back in, and I won't be rooting for you to return out. The first time I was like, okay, hey, he mean it, Your Honor. Please let him come home. Now it's like, whatever. You gotta make your bed. You made your bed. You lay in it. So that's that on that. Lil Durk charged with murder for hire, and he's been recently hit with 2 more charges. Brother, black men, come on, y'all. We getting these opportunities. How are y'all messing up these opportunities when y'all are getting removed from the ghettos, and y'all getting in opportunities and these chances to win, and y'all messing up the bag and messing up the family, and y'all breaking. Listen, do better, please. Anybody who's listening, if you get an opportunity, please do not make the wrong decision.
Please.
That's all I can say on that. Now, we've been having a lot of, hold on. Diddy. We need to actually talk about you making bad decisions, being in a very, because you made the biggest decision, being a billionaire. One of some of the baddest decisions, being a billionaire. You have the most money out of all of those guys. You ain't murdered nobody, but you made some crazy decisions, and you're actually locked up too. So people are side-eyeing the fact that his children are supporting him, being that he is facing his legal troubles. He's currently sitting in a federal detention holding in Brooklyn, and he's trying to get released because I think you told me the other day they asked for another release, right? And they're offering another, like, a bail package. So how do you feel about people side-eyeing the fact that his kids are supporting him?
I think we have to remember that the bond between a child and a parent is just one of those things where, you know, if parenting done right, they're always going to love them, and they're always going to root for them and see the best in them. And somebody can be a horrible person but still a great father. And I think we have to remember that his kids were not involved in these situations, so we can't like drag them the same way that we would want to drag Diddy because of the alleged crimes that he's done. And we have to show them just some compassion for the kids. I'm not saying show compassion for Diddy. Show compassion for the kids and allow them to feel how they need to feel and continue to process and move forward. Because that bond between a child and a parent is strong. I mean, truthfully, if we think about it, it's so strong that people who are adopted still can be raised well by adoptive parents and still want to go and seek out who is my blood mother or father, you know?
I agree.
So that bond is just like, it's really unbreakable.
I agree. And those kids were raised with love, so they have a strong unit. So if you're side-eyeing the fact that they are still supporting their dad, maybe you didn't get the support that you needed from your own father, so that's why you're side-eyeing them. So you're projecting. But we have come close to the end. I just wanted to touch on what occurred this month that was really disappointing, which was the fact that President Trump has won a second election. And we thought that the black men did not show up for Kamala, and they actually did. So at this time, I didn't, go in on black men and say, yeah, I didn't show up. But, black women, if you were one of the black women that were going in on black men, definitely apologize to them. You know what I mean? Because they definitely showed up for them. It was the poppies who voted for Trump. So get ready for 4 more years for Trump to be in office. I don't want anybody to fret. Don't be overwhelmed. But if you need to speak to someone, if you're feeling overwhelmed at this time, my DMs are open. I am here for you. How are you feeling mentally, Liris?
Well, I wanted to say I was definitely sad and disappointed the next day after the election. I was literally just numb all day. Just because I did want Kamala to win. And just so one for the history of it, the historical significance of it, but also for the fact of having a politician who seemingly cares, and for some of our different protections that we want. And it's just, for me, it's like the energy that a Trump administration invites in is just a lot of racism, a lot of people just being very belligerent, which was actually one of the reasons why I stopped watching TV back in 2016, because I was just like, I don't want to see the rhetoric. I don't want to feel it. I was just so turned off from turning on my TV. So I literally stopped watching TV. But yeah, I was just very disappointed. But now I just feel like we just need to come together as far as Black people and Black women especially. And we need to focus on ourselves and figure out the things that we can do so we can, in a lot of ways, police our own communities. Because one of the things that you see with the Asian community, they police themselves, they keep things within their community. So it's almost like no matter what mayor, no matter what governor, no matter what president is in place, they have such a community that it's like we're thriving within ourselves. And I would really love it if we as Black people could have that type of community and thriving and policing ourselves and looking out for each other. We got to focus on ourselves.
Facts. I totally agree. So we talked about a lot on this episode. I do want to thank you for being a guest. I wish we could have powwowed more. We're going to have to do a part 2 for sure, but it was definitely a pleasure having you on the platform. Did you want to go ahead and give us some type of motivational quote? Did you have anything else that you wanted to just give us a gem?
I would say, number one, follow me on Instagram at Liris, Lirisc. Secondly, remember that it really costs you nothing to think and speak positively over your life, because you can speak death or life. The power is in the tongue. So be very careful not only what you speak, but what you think. It really costs you nothing to think positively. So if you have to go out there and say, God, show me how good it can get, speak that every day so you can create an environment where God is showing you how good it could get every day. And I don't care what storm, what bad thing, I don't care how hard life may be beating you down. God, show me how good it can get. Create your own momentum with your mind and with your words. And lastly, keep God first. and everything will eventually fall into place.
I love it. All right. So you already heard her how to follow her on, you said Instagram and
Yes, on Instagram and on YouTube, it's LOAW model. So it's the hyphenated for life of a working model. So it's LOAW model.
okay. All right. So you guys have her YouTube and her Instagram. And I do thank you for that motivational quote. And those are some nice gems as well. And it's a wrap. Be sure to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, not just 5 stars. Talk to me and let me know how you are feeling the podcast. Thank you for checking out Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Mwah.